That's the theme for tonight. Welcome to JLJ this evening. I'm James Lott Jr. I've been doing this all week. I've been putting out a week's worth of episodes at 5 p.m. Pacific time, ranging from 10 to 25 minutes uh, for some nighttime programming for you. Because some of you guys, I wish I'd come on late and talk. I've been really busy taking care of some stuff at work. But I thought to me, I did this once before and it was successful. So I thought I'd do it again and talk to you guys. And this is something you can listen to me or watch. This is also on all audio streaming service platforms too at JLJ this evening. And I just pick a topic and talk about it for a little bit. And tonight's topic is about change and getting slapped in the face with this sometimes. I'm a Taurus, and I used to always say I don't like change. I say I hate change. However, I change all the time, it seems. Hmm. And a lot of it's created by me. But here's the deal for everybody, folks. Change is created by all of us and wherever we do. You wake up, you go to bed, whatever you choose to do in that moment changes your day. You may choose to take your pills first, then brush your teeth. Or you brush your teeth, then you take your pills. Or you have coffee first, then take your pills later. But no matter what you do, you're making a moment. Many of us don't. Some of us have. Um, some of us, have a whole thing where you're like you know your routine, but sometimes you just wake up and you're like, let's see what else what happens today, and whatever you choose that day will depend on what you're doing. Anyway, but everything you do is choice. Anything you don't do creates change. Yeah, that's even when my therapist told me that, I was like, what? But she was right. Whatever you don't do also affects the universe. What you choose not to change on your own, what you choose not to complete, what you choose not to actually physically do or mentally tackle, that all plays into everything. Think about that for a second. I'll sit here for a second. You think about that. What you don't do does change and affect things. I believe all that firmly. And I stopped saying I don't like change because my friend Tara was when he told me, stop saying you don't like change. You change all the time. She's right. But here's the deal. There's some things that have to be dramatic to get you to change. See, the universe, I always believe the universe or God or whoever you or whatever you believe in is always trying to if they're on your side, they're always trying to show you what's going on. So now some folks will say it's that the world is against them. They're trying to hold them down. I don't believe that. I believe the opposite. I believe the universe, God, creation, the energies, they're all on your side. And they're trying to show you. We have to be able to look and listen with more than our ears. Listen with our hearts, listen whatever, whatever. The signs are there. And sometimes we see them clear as day. We just smacks you in the face. Oh my God. Sometimes we don't see them. I've let you. Sometimes we don't see them. And sometimes it's in between. You see them, but you want to acknowledge it. Because in many cases, you're hoping that thing is not true. So it'll change. It'll change. Or you'll do what you can to make that thing not true. But I've learned if something's true, it's true. You can't do nothing about it. If if God is showing me something that he wants me to see, he is showing me what he wants me to see. I can't make it look different or change it. But we try, don't we? Oh, yeah, we tried. Then all of a sudden, out of the blue, something really big happens. And sometimes it's horrible. Sometimes it is horrible, and you're like, oh. Sometimes it's comical. Sometimes in between. Sometimes it's not dramatic at all. It's just really quick. Something happens. You're like, oh, okay. It could be a click in your brain on something. You go, I now see it all clearly now. The rain is gone. But for me, I always say it has to be the clicks and the big slap in the face that happens, and then you're forced to change. And see, now I see it coming in many cases. I say, okay, I see the signs. If I don't do something now about it, it's not gonna work out my favor one day. So for example, so you at a job, I've been at jobs way too long. Now you can look at it also as you were at those jobs the length you were supposed to be. That job was that all that was meant to be what it was supposed to have happen, which I do believe that, of course. But I mean, in the larger scheme of things, I was there too long at zero jobs. I let people treat me a certain way. Even though I thought I was in control, kind of like, well, no, I know what's going on. I'm fully aware that they're treating me like shit. I'm fully aware of it. They're treating me like shit, and I know it. But this job, either it's insert, I'm making my bills. Insert, I'm kind of afraid to look for another job because I mean I get one like that pays us the same money. Insert, I have kids. Insert, I have aging parents. Insert, I have a big mortgage. Like you can insert anything. Insert, I'm scared. Bear the devil you know, right? We know that all the time. And that phrase is so true because you're like, well, I'm used to that boss being a bitch or so and so doing this to me. So you'll complain about it, make it your story, tell everybody in the world about how much you hate this place, but you won't leave. And you won't actively look for something. See, that's when I turned 40. That's what I did. I said I did a huge, not saying it's easy, but I did a huge leap of faith. I took what I took, and then I was like, that's it. I was done. And I said, I'm leaping, I am leaping. And I did. I leapt. I leapt. And what happened? I'm living a better life than I did before. But I'm saying and it took some work and you had to start from scratch and the whole thing. But like you'll start to look back and go, that job wasn't all that. And I'm so much better for not being there. We all do it, right? There's times like, oh my God, what was I doing? But you can't do that either. You kind of just kind of go, it was what it was. Or just recognize that when something happens that gets you out of that job, could be the job closes, they fire you, um, a health scare happens to you, like whatever it is, that's for a reason. That is a huge, you wouldn't do it yourself, so let's push you out there. And see, the lesson is, I know it's hard out there, it's hard. The lesson is if you're resourceful enough and have enough chutzpah and talent behind you, you'll land on your feet. It may not be exactly what you think it might be, but you'll get there. You're not be there at first. I had to start from scratch, but my mental health I was so much better not being in that situation. And but one of the things that also what happens when you leave a situation, whether it's a toxic relationship or a job or whatever, you start going, you have anger when it first happens. When you are let go or some big thing change happens, a car gets smashed or this happened over here, or you get a flood in your home, whatever. Then you go, oh, you're angry. You are angry and you want to share that with the world. And then when you learn, you have to learn. Oh, that's the wrong. I'm sorry. I'm over here. You know me, folks. I'm doing 20 things at once. I'm trying to put this in the right thing. There we go. That goes there. Um, you want to be petty and shady, and you want them to hurt like you hurt. But in the end, you have to realize, their lives have gone on. It doesn't change the outcome of what happened. You won't get hired back because of it. I mean, like it's that energy, especially nowadays, because just you have to keep moving. The world will walk in right over you. Yes, have more of the loss of the job, definitely. More loss of the job, get the anger, get the pity points out, be petty to yourself. I wish I done did this and that and blah 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 blah. Do all that. Then you gotta let it go. Um, and you may say, like, I'm so tired. I just want to no, 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 no. I get it. But that's life. Adulting isn't easy, and life isn't easy. I think it's funny because my generation, Gen X, we know that, and we were left alone most of the time. We're the latchkey kids, right? We just kind of know our generation in general. We just know that it just shit happens. We have to work hard, and you don't have the I don't have the luxury of time to just kind of sit at home and do nothing. I just don't. I don't have that. I don't. My life isn't set up that way. I have to keep moving. So that may sound like my predecessor, the Boomers. They get it too, but it is. It just that's how I think. I'm a Gen Xer, very proud. I am, and I fully admit it. And I have certain thoughts because of that I'm not going to change. I have some thoughts that have changed. The whole work life balance, all that kind of stuff. I've got that stuff. I've kind of like, okay, now I get it. The millennials, Gen Z are like sticking to their guns about not just taking any job. I admire that. I admire the hell out of it. I think that's great. But there's certain things that I know for a fact that I'm not going to change. That I feel a certain way about. They're just not good. I'm not there. I'm not going to change. And I believe that they're right. So I'll take the comments on that, but that's fine. But the world is going to walk. The world doesn't owe you anything. The world's going to walk over you. The world keeps moving whether you're in it or not. And I feel bad for folks who fall by the waistline. I wish I fell by the wayside, and don't recover or just don't have the mental capacity. It's tough. I've never been able to just take time off from a job because I'm upset or depressed. I had to work through it. I never had that luxury of just going, well, I'm gonna take off a week or two because I gotta get myself together. I just didn't. It was like you just didn't. Couldn't do that. Folks who can do it now, I guess that's good. If you have the money and your job can pay you, you get a week off or two, you can do that, then good for you. I just don't have that. I didn't have that luxury. I don't have that luxury now. I have been through the ringer, like the ringer, the emotional ringer over the last, we'll say 2 years. And I have not had a vacation. I went on a cruise early this year to Mexico, and that was fun for a couple of days. I did relax. I know I slept a lot actually. But I had fun with my friend Caesar in Mexico. We had a good time. But I'm just saying, in general, I haven't had like a big vacation. I have had a big breakdown of everything that's gone on last year. I haven't. I know it's probably not good or healthy. People talk self-care, and I'm like, self-care for me right now is not thinking about it. Self-care for me right now is just keep it moving, work, build, take the time I have right now, just take one foot in front of the other, keep going. On occasion, I have food that I like. On occasion, I like one Saturday recently, I laid around and watched TV all day. Like, so occasionally I throw in, start take a bowl bath, things like that. I'll get that in there. But I'm like telling you folks, it's just I have a lot of responsibilities in my belt that I just don't have. I don't have that, and I'm in this position that I can't do that. But I am looking to take vacation in January. So I want to go to places that I really want to go to. So I'm working on that, working towards that. And but it's I've seen some of these younger generations are kind of like, I'm doing this, so I'm taking time off, and I'm like, wow, that must be nice. I just don't ever, it wasn't like for me. Um, but reality, it's always there. Reality is right in your face. And sometimes it just says, okay, enough is enough. You're not listening. And it hurts. I want to acknowledge that it hurts. And you have decisions to make that maybe you weren't ready to make, but now you have to make them. If you're in a partnership or something and something happens to them that affects your life and you got to make a decision, you're being smacked in the face that way, there's that. Um, the death of someone or incapacitation of someone, which I had to deal with last year. Um, it could be acts of God, damage, roof, weather stuff, all kinds of stuff came up. But sometimes there are signs along the way that are there, whether you acknowledge them or not. And it's like, okay, now we're gonna make sure you change it, okay, motherfucker. So, but I feel you and I see you, and it's none of it's easy. Life is no one said life was easy, first of all, anyway. So how that works. That's how I deal with it. I accept it. I'm not saying I'm completely healthy mentally and everything. I'm not saying that at all. All I know is right now for me, I'm doing lots of work, which does bring me joy on some level, and I'm just focusing on that. At some point, I'll get to the other stuff. At some point, I just don't have right now. I don't have the energy or want to even go there. So it'll come out. It'll come out, and and sometimes I put some of my energy into my work, my writing. So I mean, songs. I have a new album out, 60 minus 5. So I have some of the songs are from that. From my books, I write out my books, my audio dramas. I write some of the stuff out. So I am being creative. I'm letting out some stuff little by little. So and I'm doing these shows, talking about it. I just help a little bit too. But I'm like right now, I'm just like I don't even want to open the floodgates. There are times I will say this. There are times I feel like if I start crying, I won't stop because it's gonna be everything from the last couple of years is gonna hit me, and I'm like, yeah, I'm not ready to do that either. I'm not ready to do that. I'm not ready to do that either. Not right now. What am I doing right now? But this is JLJ this evening. You can listen to me on any of the audio streaming platforms or watch me here on YouTube, JLJ Media. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Like I said, I'm doing a week's worth of episodes. So there's 2 episodes before this, and hope to have 2 episodes after this. We're going to do Monday through Friday, and check us out. Bye.